A very warm welcome to all of you to this session. uh, as promised, I'm live again today, and just waiting for people to join in. और आज के सेशन में हम लोग क्वेश्चन आंसर पे हैं. I guess the Q&A has become the most popular mode of all the sessions that I take. So just waiting for people to join in, and slightly delayed today to start. So welcome everyone. Welcome as people populate the live broadcast. So it's an open Q&A today. A lot of questions I was not able to answer yesterday because I was tied up with with talking about what I was talking about yesterday. 96 slot 2. नहीं hopes है अर्पण. Why not hopes? Slot 2 96 is pretty okay. Acha, you're Casablanca, Shatrughan. Good to see you in with your original name. Good to see you here. Finalist year student for preparation. I think you should you should start preparing and look at achievables in 3 months at a time. It's very important to be when you're talking about being about preparing for CAT or preparing for or top B school entrance. You have to make sure that you you actually are consistent with what you do. I see a lot of people having a lot of consistency issues. तो 300 दिन का कंसिस्टेंसी का खुद को and that's the number one this thing. In fact, it's true for any task you take. You have to commit to yourself the consistency. कि I'll be there for 300 days and I'll be doing it in week in week out, day in day out. CAT 21 batch Mindworks pay next batch is starting on 20th of this month, 20th of December. So you can join in for that, right? So the first thing when you're planning for a 1 year preparation, in fact, not just 1 year, आगे तुम लोग सब लोग कोई भी चीज करना चाह रहे हो, give it that commitment. Ask yourself कि कितने दिन देने के लिए तैयार हो. I was mentioning this yesterday ना कि मैंने खुद को commit किया हुआ है. I'm giving 1,000 days to my YouTube channel. है ना? And if I do that and if it I want a certain outcome out of it, 1,000 days में अगर नहीं आएगा तो I'll do 2,000. I have to be ready for it. अगर मेरे को आउटकम पे कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करना है तो I'll just expand it. That's the way to think, right? So it's always, hi Vikram, welcome from Facebook. So it's always, I gave you that philosophy that you want this, be ready to do this. अगर तुम ये चाहते हो, ये करना लगोगे तो तुमको लक की जरूरत नहीं होगी. जब तक तुम ये चाहते हो और यही करना, इतना ही करने की कोशिश करते हो, when you economize on the work you do, you need a lot of luck. When you do less than what is required, then even luck will not help you. But when you do more than what is required, so and you want this, you will get it automatically, right? No, intern will never get counted as WorkX, Tanish. Intern is specifically not counted as WorkX. Internship, articleship, etc. They are not counted as work experience. So I tell people that don't bother with that. Don't waste time on that, right? How to prove work experience? I only have salary slips from my last company. I think salary slip should be enough, Atul. That's what you're required to show. And any appointment letter, etc. अगर है तो हो जाएगा उससे काम. Super Saiya says 14 slot to 75 percentile. देखो बहुत रिसर्च मैंने नहीं किया उस लेवल पे. हो सकता है हो जाए, बट अनलाइकली है, थोड़ा सा अनलाइकली है, थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है. ठीक है. Scholarship Mindworks, we keep coming up with scholarship tests. You can apply for it when it comes up, Priyanshu, and you can call that number which is there on all our all the video uploads on the channel. उस पे call करके बात कर लो. They'll tell you when the scholarship is there. Next scholarship. Rayan, I missed your question. Can you just put the question again? King Beardo with a nice healthy beard is asking me my view on Star Bocconi for PGDM. It's okay. If it's a year saving college, You might want to go there अगर तुमको और कुछ अच्छा नहीं मिल रहा, but that's not something I'll aspire for when I'm starting to think about preparing for CAT or preparing for a B school. नहीं हुआ कहीं तो तुमको स्टार बगोरी से करना है, तुमको सिम्बायसिस के लोअर कॉलेज से करना है, तो यू कैन डू इट, है ना, बट यू विल हैव टू टेक इट फ्रॉम देयर. What is the one thing that is required for success? देखो, knuckle down hard work. I mean, there comes a time where planning happens, and you do your planning, you do everything that's required. I mean, of course, all those have to be in the right place. But bottom line, where 99% people fail is the execution. Here's the execution. I'll give you a small example. Every batch I've taught from 1995 onwards, last 25 years, one of my biggest strengths for me inside the CAD is my calculation skills. So there are many times when I need to speed up my solving, and my calculations support me there. And you would see that मेरा जो slot 1 का solving तुमने देखा है, you've seen places where I've solved 5 questions in 5 minutes. And that's why I've been able to do that, is because my calculations support the logic. So logic workout हो गया, उसका calculation supported. So what happens is that's what gives you those extra 3 questions in the exam. So so every batch I've talked to, I have told them about calculations. कि calculations improve करो. Yet, if you ask me as an honest feedback कि आपको क्या लगता है कितने लोग ने किया होगा, तो किसी ईयर में मेरा 10% से ज़्यादा एस्टिमेट नहीं रहता है कि एक्चुअली किसी ने काम किया. They all accepted कि करना है calculation, they all understand कि calculations करना है, but nobody does it. As simple as that. Right? तो calculation course में ला रहा हूँ तुम लोग के लिए, ठीक है? हाँ, poor in academics, how to go into IIMs. I was researching that today, and I have come up with some interesting insights about IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, FMS. There's so many colleges with poor academics that you can actually get to. So I'm coming up with a video series on this also, right? Because that's something which is very important. Is family business counted as work experience? Yes, it can get counted. अगर तुम उसमें दिखाते हो कि ऐसा काम कर रहे थे और actually किए हो, so they'll test whether you have done that work or not. And I'm hearing a lot of high scores, so we are looking at 240 maybe, 230, 235, 240, etc. In the SC category with a 97 percentile in CAT 2020, you should be pretty you should be pretty optimistic, Joseph. So you should be pretty good. Vishal has been asking me about Snap. Snap का मैं कल वीडियो ले आता हूँ. I'll build a video tomorrow for Snap strategy, है ना? It's basically a speed exam. 60 questions का है. Speed exam में completely one question per minute वाला game है वो. So you have to, if you can hit the 40, 35 plus range, you should be doing well. ठीक है? This is an interesting one. If I define myself, you want to hear my definition about myself, Chetan? Or how to answer this question? What is the question? Slot 203 gem, you can expect FMS. Yes, Tanish. You can expect FMS. So Harshit has also this question. How would I define myself? We'll come back to that. Harshit has this question. It's always great listening to you. How easy or difficult it is for a 4-5 year work ex to get into IIM ABC? देखो, एक मिसकंसेप्शन है बहुत लोगों का, जो कि मैंने आज I was reading about this today also, and वो वीडियोस में बनाने वाला हूँ. IIMB में क्या है, 8 पॉइंट. जैसे IIMB का I'll give you a small example. IIMB में वर्क एक्सपीरियंस का 8 पॉइंट्स होता है फाइनल सिलेक्शन में. And there's a formula, 8x divided by 36, where x is the number of months of work experience. So if you have got 36 months of work experience, you get 8 into 36 by 36, that you get 8 points full. If you got only one month of work experience, you get 8 into 1 by 36, that many points. ठीक है? So what happens is, as your work experience goes up, you start going from 0 points out of 36 to 36 to 0 points out of 8 to 8 points out of 8 in IIM Bangalore, in the IIM Bangalore selection criteria. After 36 months, that criteria becomes that 8 points gets frozen at 8. You don't get any increment. So 37 months हुआ है या 50 months हुआ है या 80 months हुआ है तुम्हारा work experience, you will get your 8 points in your work experience. That's point number one. Point number two, IIM Bangalore also does one thing, and I'm going to come up with a complete video because I think I've been looking at this information and there's so much confusion about कि IIM A किसको लेता है, B किसको लेता है. मैं भी परेशान हो गया. मैंने अभी तक माइंडवर्क्स में भी अपने जूनियर्स को दिया हुआ था काम की निकाल के बता दो स्टूडेंट्स को. मैं भी परेशान हो गया. इतना सबसे ज्यादा क्वेश्चन तो यही रहता है. इवन इन दिस chat you see most of the questions this only. So today morning I decided कि चलो इसको decode कर लेते हैं. Decode करके I'll give you this thing. So obviously when I decode it, I'll decode very analytically for you. So IIM Bangalore, I saw an interesting thing today, and that is that apart from the 8 points that you get for work experience, which is just a numerical value, I'm just coming to other questions. So apart from these 8 points, what they do is they give you a weightage when you go to the interview. They give you a multiplying factor to this work experience based on the quality of the experience. So because there's a lot of people who come up with fake work experience certificates, etc. तो उसको if they can't take a full call कि work experience सही है कि fake है. अब जैसे मेरे एक स्टूडेंट ने दिखा दिया कि वो अपने दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी पास आउट करके वो ओडिशा के गांव में जाके सीमेंट डीलरशिप में काम करता था. राइट. सो वो क्लियरली दिख रहा है कि फेक एक्सपीरियंस है. एक डीयू का स्टूडेंट ओडिशा के गांव में जाके सीमेंट डीलरशिप में असिस्टेंट मैनेजर क्यों बनेगा? और सीमेंट डीलरशिप में असिस्टेंट मैनेजर होता है क्या? was the other question that I asked him. उसने फॉर्म भर दिया था अपना without asking me. So point is that what they do is they have a multiplier to this experience, quality of experience, and that multiplier is 0.25, 0.51, 1.52 तक जाता है multiplier. So if you get a 2 multiplier on your WorkX because the quality of your WorkX is good, you'll get 16 points straight out of 100. So that's huge. So you have a chance at 2 years work, at 4+ years WorkX also. If I want to go for CAT 21 again, and I know that last 4-5 months are enough for me for quants and DLR, should I start reading articles of various sources of preparation for VRC as my weak area? Yes, you should. But please remember one more thing. One more thing you need to take into account when you're talking about your CAT prep for 21. Specifically, all of you who are giving an additional year to this. I'm going to come to comments. एक comment को I rather than spreading myself for 5 seconds on every answer, I want to give you comprehensive answers. ठीक है ना? So one thing that you need to understand is that when you especially all those of you who are looking at WorkX or at giving another year and dropping a year and giving CAT again, अगर ये तुम्हारा एजेंडा है तो एक चीज तुमको याद रखना है कि it's not about skill only. CAT outcomes are skill plus performance. तो what I see in CAT preparation aspirants is पूरा skill पे फोकस कर देते हैं और performance पे काम नहीं करते हैं. तो अगर तुम परफॉर्मेंस मैनेजमेंट नहीं सीखोगे, स्किल तुम कितना भी बढ़ा लो, परफॉर्मेंस डिप कर जाएगा तो तुम्हारा स्कोर डिप कर जाएगा, और स्कोर डिप कर जाएगा तो तुम्हारा दिस थिंग. तो जैसे आई हैव सीन दिस इन माय ओन केस. व्हेनेवर आई हैड अ बैड कैट, माय स्कोर इज 25-30 मार्क्स बिलो वेयर इट शुड बी, एंड व्हेन आई हैव गुड कैट इट गोज 30 मार्क्स अबव. सो मेरे लेवल पे इट डज नॉट मेक अ डिफरेंस 30 मार्क्स अबव एंड बिलो एट माय लेवल बिकॉज द एटमॉस्फेयर सो रेरिफाइड. मेरे को 230 नहीं आएगा तो 200 आ जाएगा, तो और 300. तो 230 के बदले 200 आ जाएगा तो मेरा 99.99 के बदले 99.91 आ जाएगा. लेकिन 150 से 120 अगर ड्रिप करोगे तो तुम 98.5 से 94 पे आ जाते हो. 120 से 90 पे आ जाते हो तो 94 से 85 पे आ जाते हो. तो वहां पे 30 मार्क्स का गैप बहुत हो जाता है. सो मेक श्योर दैट यू आर मैनेजिंग, अपार्ट फ्रॉम इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर CAT 21, अपार्ट फ्रॉम मेकिंग श्योर दैट you get your skills up during the year, make sure that you steel yourself up with the performance. Do school level certificates matter in VAT GDPI? More than the certificates is going to be the quality of what you did. So that's what they're looking at. I'm not going to look at the certificate so much, more than the quality. ठीक है. Why not look at taking both, Akash? You can actually look at taking both. But first of all, after Disasters CAT 20, focus on the ZAT. Make sure that the ZAT happens well. ठीक है. Will internship help in IIM interviews? I answered this question. Oops, not at all. It does not help. And it does not help after getting B school, after getting placements also. After B school, the placement also. Not at all. I want to prepare for civil service. I also want a good degree because your college brand matters throughout your life. How to proceed? Should I prepare for 21? I'm 24. Civil services, दे रहे हो तो 24 हो तो I would think that you can play it two ways, studious guy. One way you can play it is that civil service का upper limit to 30-32 रहता है. तो you can first do an MBA. I mean या तो तुम दोनों एग्जाम को मैनेज कर सकते हो तो ट्राई करो. अगर तुम 19-20 होते तो आई वुड हैव सेड दैट पहले एक अच्छे कॉलेज में जाके बी स्कूल से कर लो, उसके बाद कम बैक टू सिविल सर्विसेज. बट सिंस यू आर 24, that option is not there, because if you go to B school CAT 21, entry into B school 20, you'll always be 26 by that time in June 2022, and then 28 में तुम पास आउट करोगे, फिर सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम की तैयारी करोगे, तो वो बहुत लंबा गेम हो जाता है. तो इन योर केस देन आई माइट से दैट सिंस यू आर 24, योर मेन एम इज सिविल सर्विसेज, तो पहले सिविल सर्विस कर लो, अगले साल दे दो, उसके अगले साल दे दो. दो अटेम्प्ट में हो जाना चाहिए अगर होना है तो, और 2 में नहीं हो रहा है तो समझ में आ जाएगा तुमको कि यू आर नॉट मेड फॉर इट. सो डोंट गिव मोर देन 2 अटेम्प्ट्स. 5-6 अटेम्प्ट देने का कोई मतलब नहीं होता है. ठीक है. तो ट्राई टू गुड शॉट्स एट द सिविल सर्विस. नहीं होता है तो मूव ऑन. And you want to give the civil service along with your MBA, तो कर लेना उसके बाद. Is IMT गाजियाबाद a good college? Decent. एक चीज हुआ है, लेकिन एक चीज हुआ है IMT गाजियाबाद टाइप कॉलेजेस के साथ कि बिकॉज पहले क्या होता था, IIM ABC, हम लोग के टाइम क्या होता था, IIM ABC, एक्सेल, FMS, जमनाल बजाज, एंड देन नथिंग. धीरे धीरे ब्लैकी हो गया वो, ABCL, IK, and then it started becoming the next set of colleges started coming in, MDI and SPJIN, and so many good colleges filled the beach ka part. So if you're not the 99 percentile, you are the 96 to 98, you went to those colleges, right? And you had great careers out of that. And then there was a band of colleges which was between 90 to 95 then. We started building up. TFI used to be a great college to go to. GIM, you got a 90 plus percentile, you would get GIM at that time, Goa Institute of Management, etc. Very, very important colleges in the MBA entrance calendar at that time. But because later, two things happened. Number of seats at IIM, ABCL, IK increased. They increased the number of seats. In fact, FMS has also increased number of seats this year drastically. So they increased the number of seats, one. The second is they had new campuses also. They increased the number of courses also. So that increased the number of intake into these top colleges. And then new IIMs came in, and then the baby IIMs came in. So all these 90-95 percentile colleges like IMT Ghaziabad started slipping down because they could not match the brand name. अब मेरे को अगर IIM let's say Trichy मिल रहा है versus IMT Ghaziabad मिल रहा है, तो पहले IMT Ghaziabad was competing, initially it was competing with Kozhikode and IMT Ghaziabad, but gradually IIM के नाम से तो compete नहीं कर सकता है वो, तो it started going down. So what has happened is a wonderful opportunity for those of you who say that okay मेरे को जाना ही है सर. You get a college which earlier used to be 94-95 percentile, now getting at 87-88 percentile. So you're getting it at a discount, right? So you should use that, right? तो जो नहीं किया उसको करना पड़ेगा गेंगिस. You have to start working on that. ठीक है. Slot 2, 79, 10th 89, 12th 89. What college should I target? A lot of colleges. I think you'll get a decent 90-95 percentile range. In fact, 90 से ऊपर ही आएगा. So you should, and you've got decent academics also, and you got WorkX. So I think outside ABCL, maybe the new IIMs, the IITs, you can target all those if you're an engineer. GIM is also one of those colleges. Difficulty level of SNAP is easy. ठीक है. ZAT का मैंने बताया, I've put the videos for that. You can join that. uh, you'll have to show your work experience only after you finished your last exam, Rishabh. Last exam can only be after that. So, Rakshit, a similar question about work experience. Yeah, you can show work experience, but if it's post your graduation completion, so you should have completed your graduation. उसके बाद तुम्हारा ये आएगा. Can a student work on a startup along with studying in a top MBA college? Mm, yeah, you can. Right? Must have seen or guided many sales. What would be one advice that you would get? Again, consistency. कोई भी चीज करना है. I have taught maybe lakhs of sales aspirants at Vajiram, and in fact, we are going to bring out at Mindworks and the Arun Sharma Academy. Actually, I'm trying to bring out a course for government exams, etc. तो वो लॉन्च करूंगा मैं मे बी इन मतलब ये बहुत एजेंडा में नहीं है मतलब नॉट लाइक कर मेरे को उठ के करना ही है इट्स नॉट दैट काइंड ऑफ दिस थिंग a lot of people have been asking me for it, at least the aptitude aspects of that. So I'm planning to do that. So and Vajiram I have taught maybe a lakh students. Because every 6 months you taught at Vajiram, you taught 10,000 students plus. So I taught there for 4 5 years. So maybe a lakh plus students I might have taught there. So yes, I have seen a lot of civil service aspirants. What they missed out on, what people, the differential between the top guys and the normal guys was typically the cutting edge attitude, the consistency in the work, and the ability to write well. That is very important. This thing is Niti a good college? Yes, definitely a great college. Niti. Vishal has been asking me this question. Slot 276 marks. Yes, you can. You can expect, Vishal, good colleges, right? न्यू आइम्स तो एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो. अगर इंजीनियर हो तो आईटी एंड ऑल भी एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो. यू कैन दिस थिंग देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी. कुछ भी देखो, कुछ भी हो, कॉल्स तुम्हारा अच्छा आएगा. मतलब टॉप और बॉटम कॉल तो आएगा ही. कॉल्स तो बहुत आएगा. अच्छा आएगा खराब आएगा वो नहीं पता, लेकिन बहुत आएगा कॉल्स. सो यू कैन एक्चुअली लुक एट इट दैट वे. So Krishna Gupta, 10th 85, 12th 88, BTech 82.3, 30 months work experience, CAT 85, slot 3, EWS category, which IITs and B school forms. Fill all the, I mean, I think you should fill all the IITs. And B school mein, uh, B schools mein, I think, I mean, the logic for filling a B school is that you, I mean, I really cannot offhand tell you कि ये B school भर दो, उसको मत भरो. But you'll need to look at your selection chances. What you look at is you create a shortlist of three kinds of schools. One is you create a shortlist of your aspiration schools. Then you create a shortlist of your realistic schools, and then you create a shortlist of your safety schools, and then you divide your budget. Suppose you want to invest 10,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees, whatever the budget is, you divide into how much of it is going to aspiration, how much is going to safety, and how much is going to realistic, and then which are the colleges selected that way. Use that process. It'll give you that. Rakshit is saying I'm an IT and should I settle for? I would not if I was in your place. Rakshit, I would go ahead and first I would make sure I crack this exam. Because देखो MBA तुम जब कर रहे हो ना, तो when you do an MBA, the ideal way it should go is that तुम्हारे college के नाम के बाद जो MBA का नाम लग रहा है, that should take you up, right? So I often tell my students कि तुम, let's say you are from let's say an AN college Patna. बहुत स्टूडेंट्स पढ़ा है मैंने वहां से. So let's say you are from AN college Patna, and वहां से तुम निकल के तुम let's say MDI पहुंच जाते हो. That's a great jump, right? That's a great jump. It's you are nowhere and you are suddenly at a place which is one of the top B schools in the country. But if you, let's say you come from a IIT Kanpur kind of background, and then you are trying to go to MDI. It's like MDI is a great college. I'm not saying it's not good, but it does not give you that jump. So you have to plan that jump if you can. 2 3 साल देने के बाद अगर नहीं हो रहा है, तब फिर तुम आगे मूव कर सकते हो. Marketing job, making deals with us, or specialized data analytics from MIT edX. I think 50-50. Depends on what you will enjoy doing and what will give you more learning. I think the MIT edX data analytics will help you more. That plus maybe you can do some freelancing work X. That will help you. I'll come to your question, Kanishk. I just missed it. Quality of work X matter karta hai, Akshay. It matters a lot. CAT स्कोर कितना है? 77 स्लॉट 3 अंतरिक्ष का. न्यू आईएम से अंडर ग्रेजुएशन से हाँ आ सकता है कॉल. न्यू आईएम से आ सकता है. बेबी आईएम से तो डेफिनेटली आना चाहिए. Yash Mittal is asking, my father has a secondary form registered under my name. Can I discuss that in the interview as WorkX? काम किया तो कर सकते हो. देखो इंटरव्यूअर बहुत बेवकूफ नहीं रहता है कि वो समझेगा नहीं कि तुमने काम किया है कि नहीं. So he is very sharp and he's able to understand whether you have worked or not. Right? So अगर तुमने काम किया है तो क्लेम करो. ठीक है. और नहीं काम किया तो कुछ काम करने के बाद क्लेम करना. Right? Yes, Pratyush, this is very important for people going for CAT 21. अगर तुम्हारे से कोई क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा है, एक प्रिंसिपल बनाना चाहिए. When you're solving a question, don't spend more than 10 minutes on that question. So if I'm in your place, what I will do, or what I'll advise myself to do, I will start with the question. I'll start with the LOD1 or LOD2 exercise of some chapter. And let's say मेरे से 30 question, 10 minute का time limit लगा दिया मैंने एक question पे. I'm not going to cross 10 minutes on any question. ठीक है. और मैंने 30 क्वेश्चंस कर लिए, 20 नहीं किए, तो वो 20 क्वेश्चन मैं छोड़ दूंगा उस टाइम के लिए. एंड देन आई विल कम बैक अ कपल ऑफ मंथ्स लेटर एंड ट्राई, और 2 weeks later and try to do those 20 questions again and also redo the 30 questions that I've done. ठीक है. How does the interviewer look at a technical recruiter profile? He looks little positively. I don't see why it should be long. It should be this thing. A lot of questions coming, so I'm just this question from Rahul, as per CAT 20, what makes difference? Student 90 plus or struggling to score 70? What? I didn't get this question. What makes difference? Overall 114 is slot 1. Yes, you should be able to get an IMC call, definitely. Or 10, 12, 90, 94, 96 hai, 74 hai, BCom. So you can see a 14-month WorkX. You can also look at AB calls also. Good chance. Deva. Bank scored 97 marks in slot 3, non-engineer, 95% in 10th, 93 in 12th, 90% graduate. Should I apply for FMS? Yeah, you should. 97 पे कर सकते हो FMS apply. FMS is any one of the aspirational colleges. तो aspirational college में तुम तो ऐसे भी डाल देते हो कि डालना ही है मेरे को. ये क्वेश्चन मैंने ले लिया. 113 slot 2. Yes, you have got a chance. I am Calcutta. SBI PO mains quant section. आजकल उसमें DI आ रहा है ना गुनदीप ज़्यादा. मैं कोर्स ला रहा हूँ उसके लिए. I'm coming going to come up with a course for SBI PO. I mean all government exams course में ला रहा हूँ. We will cover SSC, SBI as well as CSAT, UPSC. A lot of people have been asking me that. So we'll bring that course. And maybe I'll come up with some videos on the Arun Sharma Academy for SBI PO. So solution में डाल दूंगा. 10th 9.4 CGPA, 12 74, BCom 7.5. IIM calls देखो एक ड्रॉप 12th का ड्रॉप एक्सेप्ट किया जा सकता है. You can still get a call from IIMs. Don't worry. 3 years gap, Joseph, impact of 3 years gap on interviews. SC कैटेगरी में उतना नहीं होगा. बता देना कि यूपीएससी प्रेप कर रहा है. I was telling people the other day कि there's a lot of power in honesty. तो ऑनेस्ट रहो. तो देखो जब तक तुम खुद छुपाने का कोशिश करोगे कि मैं ये कर रहा था वो कर रहा था, वो भी समझ जाते हैं कि क्या तुम झूठ बोल रहे हो. उसके बदले तुम सीधा बोल दो कि मैं ये कर रहा था. नाउ टेक इट और लंप इट, लाइक इट और लंप इट. दिस इज व्हाट आई एम. Yeah, so this is an important part. So when you're talking about performance factors, it's actually, I mean, you have to think like a top athlete, how Novak Djokovic thinks on the tennis court. I mean, it's just the ball and this thing. I will just show you one. This is a very inspirational image according to me. Just give me a second. I'll just show you something. Yeah, I find this image extremely inspirational. Let me just share this image with you. Just looking for a better quality of this image. Just give me a second. Just be back. So one of the keys when you talk about performance, I want to talk about this because it's very critical for all of you. One of the keys when you talk about performance is to actually uh, let me just give you this image. Just look at this guy. For him, does anything matter at this point? I hope you can see my screen now. Screen दिख रहा है ना मेरा? हाँ. Just look at this image. Just look at this image. इस आदमी को बॉल और अपने प्रोसेस के अलावा कुछ मैटर करता है क्या? Look at his eyes. उसका आंख. If you've seen Novak Djokovic, normally his eyes are not too large. But इस फोटो में देखोगे अगर, I'll just send you the URL of this photograph. If you just look at this, expand it on your computer, and just look at this photograph. I'm just sending you this URL of this thing. Just look at this photo. उसका आंख मतलब almost like a bulb इतना बड़ा खुल गया है when he's hitting that ball. So being focused on the job is something that we have never been taught. And this is one of the aspects. In fact, अगर तुमने वो मेरा Your Journey to Success वाला course देखा है, if you've seen that, I did that a couple of weeks ago. नहीं देखा तो please go and see it. It's a 4-part course. It could change your life. And if you watch that, you will see that in the 4th session where I've talked about action and this thing, the most important part is being in the here and the now and this thing. So in this image, Novak Djokovic has no idea about who his opponent is. He's forgotten that. The only thing that matters to him in this moment is the ball and his process. He does not know who is on the other side. He does not know whether he's playing a Wimbledon final or it's a practice match or this thing. And that's very, very important for you to understand when you talk about performance. So you will have to do that. Can one finish in setting in foreign by doing MBA from top colleges? Yes, Cat. मेरे batchmates में 50%, 40% are abroad, settled abroad. 70% actually had stints abroad and came back. Overall 70%. So 30% are still, 40% of the 70% still abroad. 30% have gone and come back to India. ठीक है. 86% SC reservation LKI आ सकता है, can happen with an SC reservation. हाँ तो करो अच्छे से काम सुभाषिश IFT के लिए. परफॉर्मेंस को मेक श्योर करना कि inside the exam it is one step at a time, one sentence at a time. You not to be bothered about कि क्या कर रहे हो नहीं कर रहे हो. It's about whether you're solving this inside the CAD. सब भूल जाना पड़ेगा. One step at a time, and it's very difficult, I know, but that's what you have to practice. If you can do that, you come up with a peak performance. How good is XIMB? Which college to choose between Baby AMS and XIMB? XIMB is a good college, Anup. Good college. In fact, it's one of the colleges which in the late 90s used to be, you look at the top 10 and then you look at XIMB, etc. if you don't get to the top 10. But it's lost its prominence because of the new AMS and the baby AMS. तो ये personal choice रहेगा. I would have gone to the baby AMS if I was in your place, but there's a logic to go to XIMB over baby AMS also. A lot of people will take that. ठीक है. Admission in tier 2 college like IMT Ghaziabad or continue with 8.5 lakh per annum salary, 4 months work ex. If your work ex is only 4 months, you can take another year, and since you are earning okay, you can take another year and make sure preparation to ho gaya hoga tumhara se. So you have to make sure that you peak your performance on the D-Day. So that's going to be important. ठीक है. 96 पे FMS 96 slot पे FMS करना चाहिए. Which colleges to look at 56? So slot 3 overall score. मैं कॉलेजेस पे आई थिंक 56 ओवरऑल स्कोर में क्या आएगा तुमको 90 नहीं 90 से नीचे आएगा 85 80 85 रेंज. तो 80 85 रेंज में जो कॉलेजेस हैं उसको देखो. कुछ कुछ बहुत अच्छे कॉलेज भी हैं वहाँ पे. आज ही मैं पढ़ रहा था NIBM पुणे, काफ़ी अच्छा इंस्टीट्यूट है बैंकिंग मैनेजमेंट का. तो वो these colleges, because of the baby AIMS and the new AIMS taking up all the 90 percentiles, they've all switched down to 80s. तो इसको देख सकते हो. ऑफ हैंड मुझे याद नहीं एग्जैक्टली, बट you'll have to do a little bit of search. I practice RCs but can't seem to learn from them. I'll tell you my RC story, Atharva. My RC story might help you understand this. When I was trying to get into AIMS, when I was giving my first attempt at CAT in 1992, 4 सेक्शन का पेपर होता था उस टाइम. आरसी का 50 क्वेश्चन होता था, वीए का 50 क्वेश्चन होता था, डीआई का 30 क्वेश्चन होता था, और डीआईएलआर का और क्वांट्स का 50 क्वेश्चन होता था. 180 क्वेश्चन का पेपर होता था 2 आवर्स का. आई यूज्ड टू स्कोर एंड you needed to get 120 plus to get an IIM call. 120 plus अगर आपका स्कोर है तो you would get decent all the IIM calls. मेरा स्कोर 145 के आसपास आता था. 25 in 2-hour exam, 1 mark per question, not 3 marks per question. My score used to be 145 plus. And how it used to happen was I used to get 40 plus in VA. I used to get 45 plus in quants. I used to get full marks in DILR, 30 out of 30. So 115 वहाँ पे आ जाता था. 150. So 40 45 in verbal, 45 to 50 in quants, 30 marks in this thing. So I would get to 120 only on 3 sections basically. और मेरा जो चौथा सेक्शन था आरसी, उसमें मेरे को 20-22 के आसपास आता था. एंड आई वाज रियली बॉदर्ड अबाउट माय आरसी स्कोर्स, एंड आई ट्राई टू डू एवरीथिंग. आई रिमेंबर आई वाज इन पुणे. आई वेंट टू बॉम्बे एंड आई टूक अ ट्रेन टू बॉम्बे. उस टाइम पुणे में कोई इंस्टीट्यूट नहीं थे. और I took a train to Bombay, went to a coaching institute there and asked the teachers कि क्या करना है. I'm getting this much score, RC क्या करना है. They gave me a few things to do. I tried to do all that. मेरा RC score नहीं change किया. 2 साल में IIM चला गया. I went to IIM Bangalore, and this was October, November of year 0, let's say. Year 1 June I was in IIM. Year 2 June I was in IIM. Year 3 June I came out. So 2.5 years later, when I decided that I'm training people again, and I decided, let's take a few tests and see what happens. So I was shocked to see my RC was 100% correct. I used to get, my RC score had gone to 45 plus. So what happens is, दो चीज होता है. एक तुमको सेंटेंस कॉम्प्रिहेंशन का क्वालिटी क्या है तुम्हारा. That's very important in RC, right? So I'm coming to the questions. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the questions right now. तो तुम्हारा सेंटेंस कॉम्प्रिहेंशन का क्वालिटी क्या है, वो उसको सुधारना पड़ेगा. और सेंटेंस कॉम्प्रिहेंशन इज नॉट जस्ट योर एबिलिटी टू अंडरस्टैंड इंग्लिश, इट्स ऑल्सो द सब्जेक्ट ऑन विच यू आर रीडिंग. सो इफ यू रीडिंग ऑन समथिंग विच इज अननोन, then the sentence does not fit into your mind. It does not stick in your mind. It's very difficult to keep the idea in your mind. But if you're reading a very complex sentence on something which you know, it becomes very, very easy to understand it. So you need to basically improve your quality of understanding of various subjects. So that's what is important, right? 106 slot 3, you should get good calls, right? General engineer female, so you should get good calls. Top calls आने चाहिए तुमको ऐसा. $40 plus should be good enough for Snap, Ninad. Operation management scope Henel is pretty decent. It's decent. It is only people from engineering background take that as subject, but it's got a decent this thing. Not a very popular thing because it's slightly not the popular choice. But if you're interested in it, you can go for it. You should, in fact. If I was in a place, Vishal, I would take ZS Associate, work there. and then I would not take an MBA from NMIFs right now. Thank you so much, Genghis. So Harsh says, I join MA in Business Economics directly in SEM 2 now and prepare for CAD. Would it help? Yes, it will help. MA course will help you because it will give you a lot of. I mean, it'll be part of gaining value, gaining this thing. So what the defining factor is always कि तुमसे उन्होंने कितना how much did you extract out of the year? That's the defining factor. So if you can explain that to yourself, you can explain it to anybody else. वो एक thumb rule है. जब तुम पूछते हो ना कि ये करूं कि वो लोग एक्सेप्ट करेंगे कि नहीं, तुम सोचो अपने तरफ से, यू अप्लाई दिस लॉजिक कि तुम उसको एक्सेप्ट करोगे क्या. Do you accept that logic? This is what I'm doing. If you can accept it yourself, you can make anybody else accept it. ठीक है. BSc फिजिक्स लास्ट ईयर तुम कर सकते हो अभी. कभी तो यू आर जस्ट स्टार्टिंग इन OBC भी हो, get a 95 96 percentile, you got a great chance to get to ABC. ठीक है. My personal strategy for attempting VRC Srijiv is I try to finish my RCs. जैसे इस साल का कैट मैंने दिया नहीं, अगर मैं दूंगा तो या मैं टेस्ट दूंगा उसका, तो मेरा टारगेट रहेगा 4 RC अगर है तो 25 मिनट में खत्म हो जाना चाहिए. एंड VRC में I try to attempt all the questions. I'm not able to attempt all the questions in quants and not able to attempt all the questions in DILR, which I'm more famous for. But VRC, I definitely attempt all the questions because I've got a lot of time in that section. You can look for subjects, Ritvik. Focus not on the courses, focus on the subjects. What subjects you want to study, and then look for the courses in that. There's so many out there that I really can't give you a short list like that. ठीक, कुछ अगर मिलता है तो मैं I'll put it in the video. 80 percentile के लिए I think 50 marks पे आ जाना चाहिए अनुप in slot 3. 84 slot 2 marks Shivang, lawyer, no work experience. Calls to expect, I think below the top IIMs you can get all the 95 97 percentile colleges. ठीक है ना. Welcome Nitin, waiting for you. Slot 3 87 with great academics and an engineering background. If you are to go this year, look for you. I mean, apply well. I think you can look at the IITs etc. also. IITs plan करो और baby IIMs और new IIMs तो करोगे plan. MDI try कर सकते हो. MDI you might be on the borderline. Yes. SP Jain try करो. SP Jain is definitely a great college, and also try to focus on that and do well in that. Yeah, if your inner heart tells you that you're not going to crack next year, you need to negotiate with your heart ki why are you saying that, right? Are you inside yourself, are you not confident of managing your performance etc. और वो अगर change नहीं कर पाओगे then it's not worth giving another year. Then it's better to move on and perform later. ठीक है. हाँ, आज फिर धूप आ गई मेरे घर में. Yeah, you can Mosmi. Yeah, you can definitely get tier 2B schools. भारत क्या पूछ रहे हो? मैं तुम्हारा क्वेश्चन मेरा चला गया है नीचे. So many questions coming. 45 in slot 3. Look at the 75 80 85 percentile colleges. Lot of good colleges inside. एक IP हैदराबाद है, NIBM पुणे मैंने बोला. फिर look at there's so many colleges. IFMR चेन्नई है. ये सब कॉलेजेस पहले बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होते थे, वो सब नीचे स्लॉट. जब 1995 वाले कॉलेजेस 85 90 पे आ गए तो 85 90 वाले जो कॉलेजेस हैं वो 75 80 पे आ गए. सो यू गॉट ऑप्शंस देयर, राइट? बट मेक अ कमिटमेंट टू योरसेल्फ. जिस भी कॉलेज में जाओगे वहां टॉप करोगे. टॉप बी इन द टॉप 5 टॉप 10. नो, यू नॉट इन अ डिसएडवांटेज आकाश. यू कैन, इट विल बी अ गुड स्टोरी टू टॉक अबाउट. इनफैक्ट ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है. मेरा एक स्टूडेंट था जो XLRA के इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहा था. उसको ज़ैट अच्छा किया था उसने, and he was going for an XLRA interview, and उसका एक प्रॉब्लम था. प्रॉब्लम ये था कि he had been a drug addict and heavily into drugs, and the opportunity was that he had come out of it And not only he had come out of it personally, he had actually transformed himself so much that he had become a counselor to people taking drugs and getting people out of drugs. That was his story. So when he got the XLRI call, he went to a lot of people for interviews. Interviews तो आप लोग को भी अलग-अलग जगह से लेना चाहिए. तो all the trainers in Delhi suggested to him कि तुमको नहीं बताना चाहिए कि ड्रग एडिक्शन था तुम्हारा, बिकॉज तुमको वहीं पे काट देंगे. मेरे पास जब वो आया तो when I heard his story, he was a regular student of mine. So when I heard that story from him, I said you should definitely say, because I've seen it from the other side as an interviewer. So I told him you should definitely say that you are a drug addict, because we'll build it a story कि वहां से तुम निकल के आओ, अब क्या करोगे लाइफ में, ठीक है. And everybody else was advising him against it. And I told him there's absolutely no this thing. If I am in the interview board and any logical person is in the interview board and you present this story, he'll select you. And वैसे हुआ उसका. He actually went to XLRI. He talked about his drug addiction, and he got through the interview because of his drug addiction and the fact that he has come out of that. Yeah, you can get calls. Lower level calls आएंगे. Crave for cinema. ठीक है. Prasanna Joshi. Highest fees of Simbi post MBA. You will have to get into a good job and start using that B school and grow quickly. That's going to be the best thing to do. Right? 94 slot 1, 10 CGPA SSC. Good experience. I'm Indore chances है. 94 slot 1 पे है chances. I'm Indore के लखनऊ भी chances रहेगा मिथिलेश. ठीक है. 67 slot 1 which college should have target. 67 slot 1 around 90 percentile वाले colleges देख लो. Rajat. Yeah, I'll make a list of colleges. I'll make a list of colleges between different percentiles. I'll make a video for that, and I'm going to make videos also of how these top B schools shortlist, etc. ठीक है. चलो 9.6 Gem Fresh. I'm ABC. कितना कॉल आ रहा है? You can get a call from I'm ABC. 9.8 CGPA 10th का तो I'm A जैसा है, वो 80% मांगता है 10th और 12th combined मिला के, तो उसके ऊपर ही हो तुम. You got a chance. IFM is a great college. I know a lot of people who've gone there, and when I was in Patna, I used to target that for a lot of my students. It's a great college. ICICI Bank का अपना institute है, training institute. Yeah, you can Chandrakant. You can go for an MBA for CAT next year. 89 slot 1 new AMS कर सकते हो convert. Aman, chances हैं. You can definitely get calls from new AMS and you can convert also. Discrimination नहीं करते humanity students के लिए. They are actually positive for humanity student. Is it worth MBA after 4 years of MBA? Again, doing a second MBA, it is actually worth if you can do it from a much better place. Final year, no, 21 will not be considered a gap year. CAT 21 में तुम्हारा gap year नहीं आएगा पर दिन. CAT 22 देना पड़े तो gap year आएगा. Akash, I'll do that. I'll do the this thing. I'll definitely do the FMS SOP. Slot 1 71 marks. थोड़ा मतलब border से नीचे है थोड़ा, but you can't do new IM. थोड़ा मुश्किल है. baby IM जा सकता है. अगर EWS है जनरल हो तो baby IM जा सकता है. थोड़ा बहुत स्केल अप हो सकता है अंजना. 3-4 marks 52 53 तक जा सकता है. पूछेंगे तुमसे अक्षय 856 क्यों आया, पढ़ाई नहीं किए, 10th-12th कैसा था, उसके बाद पूछेंगे डेफिनेटली. But you'll have to talk about why you dropped your score. I'm ABC tough for freshers, not necessarily. There are I'm told there are 30% freshers in both in all these colleges? No, it won't be. If you're passing out in 21, you'll finish your graduation by July, August, and you're giving CAT in November. So at the time of CAT, you're not in a drop year. After that, it will become a drop year if you set for another year. ठीक है? Rita asks me EWS 94, 95 percentile, CAT 94, 97. अच्छा, decent colleges आ सकता है. You might even get a IIM Lucknow kind of thing, or even IIM Ahmedabad ka lower if you have applied for the agriculture program, etc. You might still get that. 37 marks in slot 2, Hari Prasad will give you 60 to 70 percentile, I think. I would think if the COVID thing is over and with vaccine coming, hopefully it's going to get over. It's the end game of COVID, hopefully in the next 3-4 months. Specifically, the vaccine. The one thing that needs to play out is the vaccine efficacy and its safety. So that will play out in the next 6 months. So if things play out correctly, and I think the whole world is interested in getting over COVID. So I think by if it's back, if the world is back to where it was, there will be a 3-hour exam. नहीं होगा तो it will remain a 2-hour exam. So it's basically dependent on factors outside CAT. 92 in slot 1, ABC call, non-engineer, OBC. OBC में chances हैं definitely. ठीक है ना, Tarun? So I answered your question. CAT slot 3, 72. Calls that I can expect. परसेंटाइल से देखो कॉल्स 90 परसेंटाइल के आसपास, तो तुमको देखना पड़ेगा कौन कौन सा कॉलेजेस है. जैसे यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अनूप कुमार रथ, यू आस्किंग अबाउट एग्जाम भी 91 92 तक लेता है. GBMS ऑपरेशन इज अ ग्रेट प्लेस. GBMS का कोई भी कोर्स अच्छा है. 2 years IT work ex definitely matters. What is the possibility for 231? 231 इस साल थोड़ा नीचे है from where it should be. So maybe you can try to take a re-attempt if they are still allowing that. ठीक है? Graduate in 22. 22 will not be a gap year if you're graduating in 22. Salt, मेरा परसेंटाइल कितना है एक्सेट्रा वो तो मेरे परसेंटाइल वाली वीडियो में देख लेना, वो डाला हुआ है मैंने. थोड़ा इंप्रूव करना पड़ेगा जयंता. You'll have to work on the things that you're not scoring on. 35 plus स्कोर करना पड़ेगा तुमको. ठीक है, चलो. So I think we have had a long session today. I'm sorry for not taking any of the questions which have missed out now. 81 OBC slot 1. 81 again, you can look at the percentile slot. The percentiles I've put up. So Fardeen, I answered your question. Na? June 21 में CAT 21 में it will not be a this thing. Passing 21 है तो he should give the exam. अगर पहले इस साल complete कर ले और इस साल में जो calls आ रहा है उसको देख ले, then look at the best college he's getting and then try to go for CAT 21 if required. CAT 22 or 23. So I mean, see, CAT preparation में skill development एक बार तुम कर लोगे तो कहीं पे भी तुम you'll always be ready for it. So उसको जितना जल्दी करो उतना better रहेगा. So if you start off now, for the first 1 year, even for CAT 22 aspirants, we'll teach them as if they are preparing for CAT 21. We'll assume or we'll ask them to prepare as if they are preparing for CAT 21. एक advantage तुमको हो जाएगा अगर तुम 2 साल लेके आते हो for 22, because you're working. तो तुमको I mean, working professionals don't get so much time. Typically, I ask working professional to put 20 to 30 hours per week. And non-working जो घर पे बैठ के तैयारी कर रहे हैं उनको 50 hours per week बोला जाता है करने के लिए. So essentially 2 years of your time versus 1 year of their time. 50 weeks में they have got 50 hours per week where they've got 2,500 hours of preparation. You have 1,500 hours of preparation. 1,000 to 1,500 hours of preparation in 50 weeks. So if you go for 22, you get 2,000, 2,500 hours also. So then that is not this thing. Yeah, I think if you don't get IMC, then you go. You want to expire next year without work. Work ले लेना अगर मिल जाता है job. देखो 4 महीने का work will be zero anyway, so it will not be added to your this thing. But in case you need to go for CAT 22 because you don't do well in CAT 21, तब वो July to November next year क्या करोगे उससे वो मैटर करेगा. ठीक है. Lavi and Rose. Why are you hopeless? You are 28 years old, so I mean, whatever reason you have become a private tutor, etc. So there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. So you need to skill up to get to that point where you can start scoring the 70s, 80s, and you'll get good calls. Yeah, it's almost same. NITI through GATE and NITI through CAT is, I think they give very similar placements, etc. Although the batches are different, or NITI through CAT वाला जो batch होता है थोड़ा better रहता है. GEM 21 batch, तो जाओ फिर, go for it, Gaurav. Go for it. That safe score is 35 plus. I have 30, 40 plus. ठीक है. Thank you so much everyone. चलो, I'll come back tomorrow. About making vlogs. I mean, how's a vlog different? Can you tell me, Genghis? From a normal video that I release, upload video, how would a vlog be different? What kind of vlogs do you want me to do? Interesting question. Interesting strategic issue that will come out of this discussion. So I'll just spend a couple of minutes more on this. और तब तक हम जब तक Genghis आंसर कर रहा है इसको, 18 months work, no. I would always 18 month work है तो जाओ एक और बार जाओ. Don't take no for an answer right now. Second MBA मत करो ना Lavi, since you're already 28, you don't have time for second MBA. कुछ करना start कर दो, कुछ movement start कर दो towards this thing. You can do a university course or a 1-year course on marketing or finance. जो भी करना चाहते हो उस पे start showing some interest towards that. ठीक है. अच्छा, he's talking about travel vlogs. Okay, travel vlogs. Okay, maybe I'll try to do some vlogs. I am not traveling anywhere these days, but I'll try to do vlogs on other issues. ठीक है, try करता हूँ. Let me put a few, and let me try to see. So, but when I restart my traveling, I will definitely try to put a few there. Chalo, so I'll wind up then. Thank you so much, everybody. Percentiles etc. मैंने डाला हुआ है. So all those of you are asking for percentiles etc. और and जो specific college के questions आ रहे हैं वो मैं I'll deal with that through the videos I'll build in tomorrow. कल मैं IIM Ahmedabad का निकाल देता हूँ. I have done some research on it कि how does IIM Ahmedabad select you, and so what are the keys etc. So I hope I'll be able to shed some light to it because there's a lot of confusion on this area. So I'll be coming to that. And और कौन से किस तरह के वीडियो चाहिए मेरे को चैनल पे बताते रहो या मेरे उस पे बताओ. और मेरा कैलकुलेशन कोर्स भी आने वाला है soon, so that is also going to come up. Chalo, see you then everybody. Bye for tonight. I'll meet you again tomorrow. Let's see. We'll have a lot of questions I've not been able to answer, so it's easy for me to do a question answer session. तो वही करते हैं कल फिर से, है ना? So around late only, after 9:30, 10 only. Chalo, bye everybody. Thank you. Do subscribe and do share the videos of the channel, and do let others know about this so we can go faster. Thank you so much. Bye.